Time for an Emperor's Children Army update. Saved by Slaanesh. Nick speaking, and welcome to this video. Right, today we're going to have a little update on my Emperor's Children army. Before that though, if you would like to keep up to date with the wonders of Warhammer 40k, then please give me a sub and hit the bell button so you don't miss an upload. Okay, so today's video is going to be just a general update on some of the projects for my Emperor's Children army. Now, one reason why I'm doing a combination video today is I haven't really done enough work to warrant a single video. In actual fact, I'm thinking of changing the tagline of the Saved by Slaanesh series from coming to you every Saturday to coming to you most Saturdays. I'm finding I'm not always having enough time to do enough work on the models to bring you a great update, and that's what I'd like to bring you, is great videos. So I think I might hold back on some of the videos until I've got enough content to update you. I'll see how it goes, but for now I'm going to start off with painting the Daemon Princess. Okay, so I'm painting my Daemon Princess for Nick's New Year Painting Challenge, which started January the 1st. It's only a single model, and although she's not that far off being finished, I have to say I haven't picked a paintbrush up since the last update, so about 2 weeks. Now, it's not because I haven't wanted to paint her or I'm burnt out from painting, it's just that I haven't really had enough time to paint her. The only thing that I've done is primed 3 swords ready for test painting on the colour scheme. I have been thinking about the princess. I've decided that the cloak I'm going to keep just black, and I'm going to highlight the cloak exactly the same way as I've highlighted the rest of the black, and I'm going to introduce some of the green somehow into the weapons, I think, but I need to do some test painting. Now, I mentioned that I haven't had much time, and the main reason for that is that I've been building my Necron bridge, and that is a massive bridge. We're talking a 6-foot building project, and it's taking a lot of time. And of course I want to finish the bridge before the terrain square competition ends. It's my competition, and I better set an example that you can complete your project within the time scale. So I definitely want to put more time into the bridge, and of course I've got to paint it as well as build it. On top of that, I've been working on the Noise Marines. I have done some work on the Noise Marines, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but I just want to go back to painting. I've had another little issue actually regarding painting, and that is this tennis elbow. Actually, I think it's mouse elbow from being on the computer. So I'm on the computer at work most of the time. When I come home, I'm also on the computer. And I've had this now since just before Christmas, so around 3 months. It's quite painful. It hurts when I grip. It is getting better, but it's a very slow process. And I have to say, it's also stopped me from painting a little bit more as well because of the repetitiveness of painting. It's not the main reason why I haven't been painting, but it's one of the reasons. But the main reason, really, to be fair, is just time. I haven't had the time. Necron release, been making loads of videos, and then building the Noise Marines, and of course the big bridge. However, I will be getting back to the princess, and when I have some more work done, I'll be making a video on her. Okay, so now I want to talk about the Noise Marines themselves. Okay, so regarding the Noise Marines, I haven't done any more work on the actual backpacks on the Marines yet, and the reason for that is I'm waiting for some old school backpacks to come through the post from one of my subscribers, and I'm also waiting for a Champions backpack to come in through the post from another subscriber. Once all of those backpacks come in, I'll finish the backpacks. So what I've been doing is I've been working on the shoulder pads this week. Now, I have some Spellcrow shoulder pads, Pleasure Marine shoulder pads for these Noise Marines, and they are great sculpts. They're fantastic. What I've done is I've put those shoulder pads on this shoulder here, where obviously the sonic gun generally would be held. Of course, I've got some left-handed people, however I decided to put that shoulder pad all on the right-hand side. Now, I've got 6 different designs for the 6 units of 6, and that's how I'm going to distinguish the different units on the table with the shoulder pads. Now, on the other shoulder here, I was debating what to do. There's quite a few different shoulder pads available to use. Some of them have symbols on, like the Chaos Star, etc. And some of them are blank, where obviously you can put the decal, the Slaanesh symbol, or whatever you're going to put on there. So what I've decided to do is use the plain ones on this shoulder pad, so I can do my decals or freehand. Haven't decided yet. Now I've managed to find 5 different shoulder pads that are plain on this side, and that allows me to have all 5 models in one unit with a different shoulder pad, leaving the champion for a special shoulder pad. Now I have 3 of the champion Slaanesh shoulder pads, which I'm going to use on the 3 champions that aren't magnetised. And then the ones which are magnetised, which change from a champion into a normal guy, if I use these in 3 units of 12 rather than 6 units of 6. So I thought I would just use a normal shoulder pad on the magnetised guy, but not a plain one, maybe the one with the skull or the cross on, just to distinguish him between a normal guy and a champion when he is a champion, but then also when he's not a champion, he will still fit into the rest of the army. So that's the plan for the shoulder pads. Let me know what you think about that. If you've got any other suggestions, then feel free to comment them regarding the shoulder pads. I'd really appreciate that. Okay, so now onto the Noise Marine heads. So what I've done is I've clipped all the heads off that I had. I've sieved through my bits box to get as many of the heads that I've got. And of course I've got some Spellcrow heads as well. My idea is to have all 36 models with a different head. So I've got all of those heads together, put them in a little pot, and there is a number of different sculpts. And I'm really looking forward to choosing which heads to use. I think a couple of these heads that I have in the bits box are Terminator heads, but I've also got some sort of zombie type heads, as well as obviously the more traditional Chaos heads. So I'm going to have a lot of fun working out what heads to put on these models. And then once the heads are on, it's just the detailing. I plan to do some pipe work, maybe connecting the guitars up to the backpacks. Probably have some chains on some of the models as well. So I've got quite a bit more work to do, but definitely nearly there. Okay, so that's how far I've got on building the Noise Marines this week. As I said, not really enough to put all of that in one video, but I hope you've liked the general update for the army. Beam me up!